Thank you for joining me for a look at how big tech is definitely not safe. Now, from time to time, I do cover big picture type topics in the investment world, and if you'd like to see more of that, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel below. So, big tech is widely admired for its ability to disrupt existing industries. Uber, for example, is taking on taxis, buses, and providing alternative transportation in cities. The company realized, hey, we have these cars and drivers, we could put anything in them. It doesn't have to be a passenger. And so was born Uber Eats, where instead of a passenger, they simply put a package from a restaurant in there, or a package in the case of Uber Freight. According to Uber, they see a potential market size of $13 trillion for these type of services. And in order to address them, it's basically an app. So there's low barriers to entry. Now, Uber's not the only one chasing after restaurant delivery. Grubhub perhaps more popular, and DoorDash also a competitor. But the whole idea revolves around connecting people who want something with people willing to do something via an app. And that created the Uber of business model. And here's some examples of how you can get dog walking on demand. Food delivery, but not just food delivery, you can get on demand, basically, food prep packages. Snow plowing, any home service is available through this Uber of model. Basically, you can build an app that duplicates Uber, and the cost is surprisingly low. Cheap versions are available for just a few $1,000s, allowing anyone to start an Uber of in their local community. Now, because the cost of entry is so low, because the potential market size is so high, we're going to see what Schumpeter described as creative destruction. And that's just the process that makes capitalism work. A business starts, another business owner sees the potential and moves into that territory. So creative destruction explains how Sears became a powerhouse retailer, displacing Montgomery Ward, a long-forgotten retailer who controlled the mail-order business before Sears got there. Sears was displaced by Walmart. Sears stuck to the malls while Walmart said, we're just going to build where the customers are. And then Amazon is now challenging Walmart. Walmart's fighting back, but in the end, 100 years from now, we're unlikely to know who wins the retail battle between Amazon and Walmart in the long run. So other examples include railroads, which displaced canals. When canals were being built, communities all across the country went into debt because this was going to change the way things worked, and that did for a generation. Then railroads came. Then trucks came. Now autonomous vehicles. So creative destruction is the way of capitalism. Think local, act global has long been a theme almost diametrically opposed to capitalism, but restaurants are fighting back, and they are building their own delivery apps. So here's some examples. South Florida, Iowa, Northern Colorado all have the same basic framework as Uber, just maybe less expensive for the consumer, definitely less expensive for the restaurants. These small startups threaten large tech. Remember, it's not the first entrant into the market that makes the money. It's usually the second or even later. Microsoft, Amazon, and Google, they weren't the first. They're the long-term winners. Uber's unlikely to be the survivor in the long run in the delivery business. Grubhub faces local threats. As investors, we need to look beyond the obvious at the up-and-coming investments. And that means local restaurants could be the long-term winners in this war between tech. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please click to subscribe to my YouTube channel.